What's going on, guys? I hope everyone is having a great and safe Saturday night. Tonight, for my application presentation, I will be tapping into Chapter 5, Attitudes, Functions, and Consequences, specifically dysfunctional attitudes, or attitude dysfunctions. In this chapter, the functional theories listed are defined by the book as tools that examine why people hold the attitudes they do. What I decided to use as a concept for this application assignment are attitude dysfunctions. Attitude dysfunctions are defined as an attitude that can assist a person in coping with one problem while exerting a more harmful or dysfunctional effect in another area of the person's life. Attitude dysfunctions serve as an opposition to the functional theory, which suggests that a persuasive message is most likely to change an individual's attitude when the message is directed at the underlying function the attitude serves. Attitude dysfunctions lists some of the problems the functional theory contains. First one is, attitudes can be functional for one person but dysfunctional for others. Number two, it is hard to know whether an attitude is primarily functional or dysfunctional. Number three, it can be difficult to identify clearly the function that an attitude serves. And finally, number four, people may not know why they hold an attitude or may not want to admit the truth. I can apply this concept to a real life event in my personal life. My wife and I go out with her cousin and a wife at least once a month. We usually go out for dinner and chat and have conversations over many things. The problem is that the cousin's wife is always on her cell phone, ignoring the conversation and ignoring us. Sometimes I find that to be very annoying and somewhat disrespectful because sometimes we are speaking directly at her or to her. This certainly must be an attitude dysfunction if we look at it under the attitude dysfunctional lens, or attitude dysfunctions. Her phone-obsessed attitude towards our dinner conversation does not seem to bother her one bit. This may serve as a functional attitude for her, But in the process, it puts a damper on our evening out, especially since the rest of us have our phones away. This may, in effect, is the dysfunctional effect. To put this attitude into perspective, I'm going to use the 4 problems with the functional theory as stated by the attitude dysfunctions. Like I said, number 1, attitudes can be functional for one person but dysfunctional for others. So in this event, she needs to be on her phone to check her social media at all times, but it annoys and sometimes frustrates the rest of us. Number 2, it is hard to know whether an attitude is primarily functional or dysfunctional. Therefore, is the cousin's wife socially inept or socially maligned? Does she not like us? Maybe, maybe not. Number 3, it can be difficult to clearly identify clearly the function that an attitude serves. So we always include her in the conversations and anything throughout any activity throughout the night, but we don't know why she won't engage most of the time. Number 4, people may not know why they hold an attitude or may not want to admit the truth. In this case, the cousin's wife knows that her heavy phone use and lack of attention towards the group is detrimental to our time together. But still, she doesn't apply it. She never stops. Her phone is always out. In conclusion, the attitude dysfunction concept aims to explain that attitudes may be regarded to one person as functional to themselves, but may be dysfunctional or harmful to others. This personal attitude, I believe, is a great example of an attitude this person is not even aware of. And what they're not even aware is both functional and dysfunctional. The heavy phone use, the lack of attention to the rest of us, sort of self-absorbed with the social media and the phone, it sort of falls into the spectrum or what the attitude dysfunction clearly describes or defines.